What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of your Alabama Crimson Surf, and this is my god damn it draft analysis for the Ultimate Trainer League, or UTL for short. First league I ever joined. We're in our fourth season now, embarking our 1 year anniversary on February 10th. So big props to that. 1 year strong. 1 year, 3 seasons in. Season 1 we made playoffs and lost round 1. Season 2, we missed playoffs with a 3-7, 3-7 or 4-6. Don't remember my record. And season 3 was a bit of a kind of rough, not really rough season. I still made playoffs, but it was just a mixed bag of crap with people dropping out. Two coaches went rogue. We actually assumed they're dead. Rest in peace, Winter and Baylor. God knows where the hell they ended up. So I even dropped from the UTL for a while. 2 games in, I drafted my initial team. Then 2 games in, I dropped out because of time constraints. But then I rejoined back when another kid dropped out. Because time opened up, so I rejoined back again. And then because I joined back with his team, round 1 of playoff, I ended up winning my division with like a 7-3 record. Round 1 of playoffs, I faced the kid who replaced me. So round 1 of playoffs, I ended up facing my own team. I got destroyed. But that kid ended up winning finals. So, congrats, Jay. You deserve it. So, season 4, I ended up getting the 4th pick in the draft because we do the draft differently in the UTL. You choose your draft spot. Like, it goes by the worst record to the best record. Like, goes from worst record to the champion. But it's in the order of. But you choose what spot you want. Like, for example, the guy with the worst pick, the guy with the worst record, he can have the 16th pick if he wants the 16th pick because you choose your draft spot. So the 4th slot was open by the time my turn the pick came around. My turn to pick my slot came around, so I got it, and my first mon was Celesteela. Yes, the Ultra Beast the Ultra Beast that's essentially immortal. Some people call it the poor man's Scar. I call it the poor man's Scarm, just because it has the same type with similar bulk, but it can't set up hazards other than Leech Seed. It's a bulky mon. It does have a decent move pool, like Air Slash, gets Earthquake, and it gets Grass coverage, Energy Ball, Fire coverage, which is nice too. It's an interesting mon. It's a very interesting mon. Beast Boost, Beast Boost because its stats are so like close together like this. You can have it so Beast Boost could raise attack. You can have it so Beast Boost could raise defense, special attacks, Spadef. There's so many options to use with this mon. That's why it's tier 1 and it's really good. For season 4, oh, another on a side note, we did UCL format for UTL for seasons 1, 2, and 3, but because the tiers right now are whack, we switched to GBA format and made our own tiers. We had Celesteela tier 1. And I could see why. So much stuff you could do with this mon. Good mon to pick first overall. I want to try it out. See where it goes. I initially was going for a Fairy Steel Dragon Core of Celesteela, Clef, and Mega Ampharos. But you'll see later on I deter from that for something else. Actually, I want Clef. Clef I just have here because I got sniped of Sylveon and Florges. I wanted Celesteela, Sylveon, Florges, and Mega Ampharos. The Sylveon Florges, they could Wish Pass, which would be really nice. But I got sniped of Sylveon and Florges, so I ended up going Clefable instead, just because I want a fairy, and it's a fairy I know how to use well. Had great success with this thing in WNBA. I think I went like 10-7. Could be completely off on that. I brought it to a lot of games, got a lot of kills, did what it's supposed to do. Does what it does. Calm Mind Sweeps. Yes, it can Wish Pass as well, but it's not as good as, let's say, something like a Sylveon or Florges. Speaking of Wish Passing, that leads me to my next one, Vaporeon. Now I get the Cleric I wanted. Initially my Fairy type, but I get it in the form of a bulky water, which is fine by me. Vaporeon, finally get to use my favorite evolution. I have this thing in WNBA Season 2, and it's really putting in work. It tanks hits, it Wish Passes effectively. High HP stat makes it really easy to Wish Pass to things with. Has okay bulk, but that HP stat really makes up for it. It could tank hits. Has a pretty solid move pool for an evolution. Has a pretty solid move pool for a Pokemon, and base 110 special attack is nothing to mess around with. Like, I could run this thing offensive if I wanted to, 'cause it gets Shadow Ball, gets Signal Beam. Think it gets Ice Beam too. Yeah, it does. Gets Scald, gets Hydro Pump. Yeah, has a solid move pool. I could even run, if I want to get cheeky, I could run Z Dig. I could run a curse set, a curse physical set, something if I want to bring some heat. Okay, so we got the bulk started now with Celesteela, Clef, and Vaporeon. So I realized I need hazards. Around this time in the draft, hazard setters and removers were going quickly. So I needed to jump on this mod now, round 4, and that is Donphan. It's just that mod that fits in. Donphan is just that mod that fits in so well with any type of draft. You need some bulk. You need some bulk, get Donphan. You need a spinner, get Donphan. You need a rocker, get Donphan. There's just so much utility this mod could have. Good bulk, good attack, somewhat okay special attack and spit death, somewhat okay spit death, but you're really not going to run special attack on it anyway. It's slow, but it's a utility mon. Good typing with ground. You could spam earthquakes with this thing. Electric immunity, which is really nice for Vaporeon and Celesteela. Donphan is that mon. It's the mon I love to draft. It's one of my favorite mons in League format, just because of its utility. Just because it's so useful. It could do a lot of different things. Now, because I jumped on Donphan, I really have nothing that could break things, and I really wanted a fire type. Fire types are going by the fire types were going crazy. Entei went round 2. Darmanitan was gone at this point as well. Darmanitan was gone at this point as well. Uh, Megazard X was gone too, but I really wasn't going for Megazard X anyway. Zard Y was still around, but I wanted a different Mega. I wanted Mega Ampharos originally. But I did change my Mega. You'll see. You probably already saw what it is on the first few seconds of this video. I'll explain why I changed it later. So I felt like I had to jump on this mod now, and that mod is Salazzle. Not the greatest mon ever. It's a special. It has this. It has the issue of it has the wrong stat at base 111. Like, this thing's special move pool is complete garbage. It gets Dragon Pulse, Sludge Wave, and Fire Blast. Yeah, good offensive typing with Poison Fire, but it has no coverage other than like Dragon Pulse. And it doesn't get Shadow Ball, doesn't get Dark Pulse. I mean, it gets Taunt, which is nice. Toxic. Corrosion's a good ability. I got Poison Steels. I got Poison like Skarmory or Mega Steelix, which is in my division. That could actually be really nice. But something like Taunt. It gets Sub Nasty. I can run like Sub Nasty Plot with this thing, which could be nice. Also, it's fast, and my team was kind of slow. That's another reason why I took it. And it's tier 2. I really didn't know what tier 2 I wanted, so I just decided on Salazzle. This thing I'm going to probably vote to drop next season rather, just because of it's not that good. Yeah, base 111 special attack. It's pretty much pretty much something I would slap a life orb on and say have fun breaking things with Fire Blast. I mean, if it was base 111 physical attack though, this thing actually be pretty good. Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail could be nice for phasing actually. Gets acrobatics. Gets flame charge. Could be good for speed boost. Gets knockoff. Gets leech life. This thing gets overheat. Gets poison jab as well. Yeah, it has a good offensive typing, poison fire, but really bad defensively. But that's fine. I have defensive mons here. Really bad defensive typing. It's quad resisted. It's quad weak to earthquake. But that's fine. I have Celesteela, which is immune. Donphan and Vape could take, and also Donphan, Vape, and Clefable could take hits. Quad resists Fairy though, which is interesting. So I have 2 big Fairy resists with Celesteela and Salazzle, which could be really nice for a Dragon type down the road. So I realize I really need a mon that breaks things, and I don't have a grass type currently. Enter Shaman. Ah yes, Shaman. One of the MVPs of my WNBA Season 1 championship team, along with Clefable. Now this thing, Matt Shaman, breaks everything. It's one of those base 100 across the board. It's one of the Pixie Mons, along with Mew, Manaphy, Victini, Pixie Mons, and the Mons have base 100 stats across the board. But one move in particular, Seed Flare. Base 120 power. It's a spammable. It's very spammable, and you lower. It could lower your target speed F by 2, which is really helpful for Shaman. Really helpful for Shaman. It could even be bulky if you want, because it gets Synthesis, I think. Yeah, it does. Leech Seed. Synthesis gets Leech Seed. It could be a Cleric. It's Aromatherapy and Healing Wish. Solid move pool with Earth Power, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic. It gets SD, but I don't think... Does it get Baton Pass? It doesn't get Baton Pass. Air Slash even could be really nice to play around with this thing. It's a fun mon. It was one of my favorite mons to use in Season 2, in Season 1 of WNBA, which is also why I have it in PBA. I'm not completely sure if I can't record PBA because that's a DS league. I might do a draft analysis, but I just can't record for PBA. Alright, so that's picks 1 to 7. Next up, we got 7 to 11. And I realize I really need a physical breaker. When looking through my team, I realized, okay, I have the special breaking. I have Salazzle. I have Shaman that could break Mon specially. Donphan kind of could do it from the physical side, but not as good because Donphan is mainly used for utility and bulk. So I need a physical wall breaker. Enter Mienshao. Physical wall breaker right here. That fell to me round 7. Reckless high jump kicks breaks everything. Breaks a lot of things. Gets knock off to hit ghosts. Gets poison jab to hit fairies. Stone Edge. Rock slide. Even bulk up if I want to run some setup on it. U-turn to pivot out. I could run U-turn regenerator on this thing if I wanted to. I think it does it get drain punch? I think it gets drain punch as well. It does. Okay, so I could even run drain punch if I wanted to. I don't think it gets SD. I think the only setup it gets is it does get SD. Ooh, that could be really interesting. I didn't know it got SD until now. I thought it only got bulk up for setup. So now we get to the Mega. Mega Sharpedo I ended up going with instead of Mega Ampharos. And here's why. Mega Ampharos really doesn't synergize well with my team. Really didn't synergize well with my team long term because my only physical attacker was Mienshao, and I really wanted another physical attacker. And Mega Ampharos, yeah, it was bulky. I have somewhat of a team for it, but then my team becomes too special reliant. And stuff that's late was really not that good at the time. So I decided to change courses and go Mega Sharpedo. Just because of base 140 physical attack, nice move pool, gets Psychic Fangs, Poison Fangs, with a strong jaw boost. It gets Jab as well. I'm not even sure what does more to fairies, Poison Jab or Poison Fang. I gotta run calcs and see, but Poison Fang does have that 50% chance to badly poison. So that definitely is something I might consider. That is definitely something I might consider running on this thing. I think it gets Ice Fang too. It does get Ice Fang. All right. Nice offensive typing in Water Dark. Crunch is also a nice stab. Gets a strong jaw boost. Really something to hit hard. Really something to hit hard. Really something to hit a lot of things hard. From the physical side, even the special side has 110 special attack. That's nothing to mess around with. But now that I changed courses to Mega Sharpedo, I then realized I kind of still need a dragon. I need another electric type. I don't have a psychic type either. So type synergy, really something I want to... Type synergy and having the ability to play around with different types, really something I want to do. So, I don't know how this fell to me round 9, but enter Dredagon. This fell to me round 9. I was thinking, okay. I didn't realize Dredagon was still on the board until I actually looked at the tiers right after I picked Sharpedo. So I was like, alright, I could get Sharpedo and then get Noivern. I was going to take Noivern. Because I didn't think Dredagon was still on the board, but Dredagon was still on the board. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take that if it falls to me. And it did. 120 physical attacks. And now I got some physical attack on my team. Good bulk, good HP, nice move pool, gets Sheer Force Life Orb. I can run Sheer Force Life Orb shenanigans at this thing. Priority with Sucker Punch, gets nice move pool with Gunk Shot, Earthquake. It gets Elemental Fangs, but I don't think it gets Ice Fang though. Nah, it doesn't. Could Pursuit Trap, could run Rock Slide with the Sheer Force. I don't know if Sheer Force works on Shadow Claw. I don't think it does because it doesn't work on Stone Edge. Even gets Iron Head, but why would I run Iron Head? Iron Head could be nice for rock types, I guess. Gunshot also gets the sheer force boost. So that's really nice on Dredagon. Good bulk gets it's another rocker I have. I don't really have that many rockers. I think I have Dredagon, Donphan, and I may have another. Dredagon, Donphan, and Clef. Those are my only rockers, unless Tauros gets rocks. We'll go into Tauros later though. After Dredagon, I realized I need an electric type. I was looking at Zebstrika in tier 5, which was nice because of the speed, but I realized I do have more speed now with Sharpedo because you don't have to Mega Turn 1 in UTL. Even though we're doing GBA format, you don't have to Mega Turn 1. Your Mon has to hold the Mega Stone, but you don't have to Mega Turn 1. So I could run Speed Boost Sharpedo and get the Speed Boost to Mega Evolve. We had Mega Sharpedo tier 2. That is a steal if you could do that. So I realized I also needed a Psychic type. Enter Alolan Raichu. Electric Psychic. Raichu from the start has an excellent move pool. It gets Surf, physical and special. Gets Surf, Knockoff, Focus Blast. What else? Surf, Knockoff, Focus Blast. I think it gets Dark Pulse too. Does it get Dark Pulse? It doesn't get Dark Pulse, which is that's fine. That's fine. Break. It gets E Speed as well. But the reason I took a Alolan Raichu rather than regular Raichu is because one, I still had my tier 4 slot open, and two, yeah, one, I could have actually no, Jodagon took my tier 4 slot. So one, I could have afforded another tier 4, and two, Alolan Raichu gives me Psychic Stab, which I didn't have on my team. Gets Psychic and Psyshock, and I could set up a Combine if I wanted to. Regular Raichu would give me Electric Immunity, but it also would I could only set up a Nasty Plot. So regular Raichu really fits the bill here better just because of its more diverse move pool, and also Alolan Raichu has a higher special attack. Alolan Raichu has 95. Regular Raichu has I think 90. Let me see Raichu. Yeah, regular Raichu has 90. Alolan Raichu has 95. And that 5 matters. They took the 5 out of its attack and put it into its special attack. And the last one, I just picked up Tauros. I wanted a normal type. I was torn between Tauros or Bouffalont, but I really wanted I really like the Sheer Force Life Orb shenanigans. Tauros has two very useful abilities with Intimidate and Sheer Force. Intimidate could be really nice at lower attacks on mons that's like to set up a lot. And Sheer Force is just overall excellent. Tauros also has a great move pool. Even Fire Blast is useful on this thing because of the Sheer Force Life Orb. Just boosts the power immensely. Gets Iron Head, gets Body Slam, and Rock Climb. Two moves that get Sheer Force boosted. Could Pursuit Trap, Rock Slide, Stone Edge. Rock Slide probably is better just because of the Sheer Force boost. Stone Edge doesn't get a Sheer Force boost. It's Thunderbolt. Zen Headbutt with the Sheer Force boost. Nice. This is going to be a nice mon. And I hope this is going to be a nice season. I like this team a lot. I like the team I built here. I like the team I drafted here. Really only didn't get sniped that much. Like I was sniped of Embor. And that probably would have changed some things. Just because not gonna lie, I probably would have went Mega Ampharos if I got Embor, because that would have given him a nice physical wall breaker. I wouldn't have taken Mienshao though. And I wouldn't have taken Salazzle. I probably would have taken a different tier 2. That tier 2 I really don't know yet. But I was sniped of Embor round 3. So what are you gonna do? That's what we play. That's all the fun of the draft, getting sniped. Week 1, we take on a divisional foe, 5-7 West, and the Tampa Bay Mantines. So Spanic out. Good luck, have fun, Ultimate Trainers.